Welcome back everybody to Meet the Rivals. Today our guest is Johji, duelist from JFT in the Pacific OCE region. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing good, thanks for asking. Now, I want to know, the people want to know, your esports journey. How did it begin and how did you end up competing with JFT in Marvel Rivals Ignite?
It's actually a bit of a long story. So I was planning to go and study abroad in Australia, but due to the overseas schedule, it was lagged by about 6 months. So during that 6-month period of break, I was pretty much just at home staying games. And coincidentally enough, Marvel Rivals came out during that break. So all I had time to do was just play this game. I used to play a lot of hero shooters before. For me, I always really enjoyed the aspect of 6v6. And then Marvel Rivals came out and I've always been like a big Marvel fan. Then I started university and I really thought that that would be the end of me playing competitively until I joined my university's Marvel Rivals team. And Monash actually ended up winning first place at the first season of AEL Marvel Rivals. And we thought that it would end there, but then they announced Marvel Rivals Ignite, and that was when our friends on UNSW approached us, Frost, Lick, and Runkler Bunting. And so we pretty much formed a hybrid team of UNSW and Monash players and made what was called Pig Team. We didn't make it for the first set of qualifiers, but then we qualified through the second set of Ignite qualifiers by beating, I think, Romero, if I'm not wrong. And then we got put in a bracket with Kanga, Ground Zero, and Quetzal, and then we came last. But I like to think that we put up a really good showing. After that, I took a bit of a break. I didn't play the game as often, and so I left Pig Team and I made a new team with Genzo, and we were playing Ignite qualifiers again, but unfortunately we didn't make it that time. That was when I got contacted by Bubbleca to be a sub for Team Exodia. One of the players on Exodia got sick, and that allowed me to come in and fill as DPS for the team. And then we came 5th and 6th with Exodia. And right after that Ignite, I really wanted to keep pushing it to see how far I could go. I really needed a team to play MRC with. I didn't want to just sub in for a team again. This was like about a month before signups closed. I messaged a couple of players that I played with before. So this was OPWL, Wosh as my tanks. And then for my other DPS, I played with Peter the Panther. But the only problem was finding out who are two last supports with me. And that was when Peter the Panther told me that Slippery was looking for a team. And then I remembered that in the MRC in the season right before our Ignite, the team with Wounds, Ancient, Slippery, and Winter, that came first. They won the whole thing. So we took that entire backline, Winter and Slippery. That's our team complete. A day later, I got everyone in the server and we were all keen to play and we tried to set up a scrim. We all noticed from the get-go that we all vibed with each other. Yeah, we just started grinding month after month. We decided pretty early on that I'd be the flex DPS, which was a big change for me because I've actually been playing hit scan for a long time. And then yeah, things just started clicking.
You obviously had a lot of ups and downs and you took on the role of building your team at different points as well, which is massively commendable. But alongside all that, you were cooking something else. Outside of competing for Ignite, what is your profession?
I'm a university student. I study econometrics. I'm in my second year of uni now. The work is getting pretty overbearing, so that's why I've been considering quitting for a while.
Hopefully not for forever. Maybe we get you back again in a future stage. But outside of the game, Marvel itself, do you have a favorite property from the MCU?
Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I was in second grade when I watched that movie and I just immediately fell in love. I remember as soon as I left the cinema, I was just like, yeah, I'm going to steal Star-Lord's personality. So now all I do is listen to music.
That's it. All right, now back in the game of Marvel Rivals, who's your favorite hero to play?
My favorite hero? I think in its prime would probably be Bucky, Winter Soldier. I was always more drawn towards the hook. Hard CC in these games is always a little bit frowned on. But the hook was something that at the time I felt like was very skill expressive.
Now, what hero would you say is your least favorite to play against?
Like before, during like Torch meta, it would be Torch for sure.
Ooh.
That hero was just like impossible to play against. Nowadays, obviously you've got the OP characters like Black Cat and Daredevil. You have to mirror them. Same with Dinosaur now. And I mean, if it's not an OP hero, if it's just someone that's really annoying, I just say Penny. When she's on your team, it's miserable. When she's on the enemy team, it's also miserable.
Now, which hero do you wish you were good at that you don't get to play often?
I think just with the way that my team has been planning everything, they really narrowed my hero pool down. So any hero that I have to play, I have to be decently proficient at. I don't know, I'd probably say I just want to keep improving at all my melees. So it'd be a mix between Wolverine, Black Cat, and Daredevil.
Now, I want to know, in the Marvel, not even just cinematic universe, in the comics as well, is there a Marvel character that you want to see added to Marvel Rivals?
Probably say Ghost Rider.
It's a good choice.
Or I always thought he was cool as a kid. I feel like anyone from Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery would be good. I can imagine it's like Doc Ock as like a really cool hybrid off tank. More X-Men, always welcome. I'm always waiting for them to add Doctor Doom. Character's been teased for like so long.
I gotta say, actually, a bit of an interesting one here. You know, been playing the game quite a lot at a high level in the queues. Is there a new team up that you think you could bring to the game?
I'd really like a proper team up for Bucky. I feel like a team up between Bucky and Widow would be cool. They've got history with each other.
Alright, well, speaking of heroes in the game, what hero would you nerf to bottom tier?
I think there's only two characters right now that are like meta defining. That would be Daredevil, Cat. Any of the team comps that are built around them just make the other characters in them seem stronger because the synergy is so good. I feel like Black Cat and Daredevil are in a sense like necessary evils because they've just buffed Phoenix. So as soon as Dive or any of those melees go out of the meta, Phoenix or any of the other poke hit scans will just become really strong again. My team personally, they really love their dive and melees. They don't like playing against poke.
Yeah, I'll give you a chance to flip it here. Maybe to help handle those problems, what hero would you buff to top tier?
I mean, there are a couple of characters that are completely forgotten about right now that are just horrible. Like Blade. I think the concept of that character is really cool. They should just make him shoot slugs. He needs to have more movement speed on his melee also. Like his brawl potential, like they built him, I think the fantasy was that you're like a lifesteal drain frontline maniac. He can't frontline, especially now that they've released Dino. Yeah, actually, to your previous question, Dino needs to get put in bottom tier. That character is annoying.
Okay.
I hate Dino.
That's actually perfect because I actually do want to know your opinion. What is it on Devil Dinosaur? What do you think about him?
He can apply bleed. He can grab people and chuck them into your team. The guy's got a bubble. For me, it's annoying because I play Daredevil. So when he bubbles your Daredevil mark, you can't actually jump onto anyone that's inside the bubble. He would just grab your tanks. Like you can't play Magneto or Strange into Dino. He just eat you. So you have to mirror the Dino. That just devolves into like a very boring neutral where you've just got two giant lizards biting at each other and then no one really makes a first move. Granted, when the fights do get chaotic, it is pretty fun. I do like trying to figure out my way around the dinosaur, but I think for the sake of my teammates, we'd rather not have to play dinosaur.
Actually, somebody else is around the corner, Cyclops. Do you have any predictions for what role he'll be?
I mean, he has to be DPS. I mean, you saw the cinematic. That doesn't look like something a support would do. I could see it as a Vanguard ultimate, though, in terms of sheer destruction and impact like that, but I think it just makes more sense as a DPS.
Let's talk about, not just Dinosaur, not just Cyclops, maybe everything. You just played Ignite Stage 1. How do you feel about the meta as a whole currently in Rivals?
Compared to when I was playing before, I feel like I'm interacting with the meta a lot more before I just like one-trick Bucky. I think it's in a decent spot. It definitely gets annoying if we can't play everything, but I feel like this meta rewards teams who are able to be flexible. If you look at Chiefs and Genji, all of those teams are able to play full dive, anchor dive, half dive, and there are 3 sub-comps. My team can play most of the dive, but as soon as we go to triple support, we really can't do anything. I'd like the game to allow you to play to a certain extent whichever comp you want and have options to break through and not have to mirror 3 sub.
If you could compete in any other region in Ignite besides your current one, which would it be?
It'd be Asia.
Well, Asia's your choice, but let's say outside of Pacific as a whole, just to spice it up a little bit.
I think EU is where the game is like most understood. I think it's like the highest level of play. It's just the unfortunate truth that like us as a region is like really behind on everything. So we always pick up on metas and new comps really late after watching those guys play first. So I like to see how it feels for once to be able to like, innovate or figure out things first.
Bit unfortunate. Now, a bit of a hypothetical scenario. You now have an opportunity to swap teams with any other pro player in the world. Who would it be?
I like to see how Jitwit plays. His team's style of like hyper aggression is like pretty close to ours. In OS, probably be like FMCL. Those guys just seem they're so prepared. Like I've listened into their comms a couple of times and they have time to like have full blown conversations during scrims. Like
now back into your mind. And I want to know specifically, who in Ignite is your rival?
I don't think I really have anyone that I would say is my biggest rival. Probably for preseason and stage 1, I'd just say as a whole, Kanga was probably our rival. We've had a bit of banter going back and forth with preseason. Maybe another team I'd say I have rivals on. I'd just say VR because I know Genzo and Lil Rang are on there. They're all our friends.
That's good. Now, what city do you want to see host a Marvel Rivals LAN event?
I mean, I'm biased, so I'll just say Melbourne.
Yeah, Marvel Stadium is in Melbourne.
Any European cities? Let's just say Vienna. That's like the capital of my country, so whatever, just say Vienna.
Now, Johji, why do you want this? Why do you compete in Marvel Rivals Ignite?
I used to do sports outside of school and just working towards something, a big day where it's the culmination of all your skills to be able to present it. I think it's just an amazing thing. I'm pretty like laissez-faire when it comes to like life and uni work or whatever. So in the rare cases where I actually do put my everything into a hobby, I really just like to see it through just as a matter of personal pride. Another reason I enjoy competing is just the aspect of like, the team aspect, that brotherhood you have, that implicit friendship, because you're all suffering together. Everyone takes the loss as a whole. It's amazing when you're able to win or lose together because you know how they say shared sorrow is halved but shared joy is doubled. I've played at like a couple LANs in other games. Everyone's sitting next to each other. You get to fist bump each other, high hype each other up. I think it's just an amazing thing that I think everyone should get to experience at least once. I know my team does want to stay together for the most part, but it is kind of reliant on what my choice is. I'm still thinking about it. I'm not able to put in as much time as I would like. There's a high chance that you will see me again in the future. Yeah, but that's it. Thank you to all the fans that have supported us all this time.
Yeah.
It's been an incredible honor for me and my team to play for you guys on stage. We love seeing everyone cheer for us in chat. And yeah, please keep supporting whatever iteration of my team happens in the future.
There you have it, everybody. That is Johji from JFT. And once again, you have officially met another rival. Have a good one.